Why are millennials leaving the church, you may ask? Well, today we're going to talk about nepotism. That's right, nepotism. See, nepotism is the thing, it's the buddy-buddy system. It's that thing where, you know somebody, and so therefore, because you know somebody, you automatically get in. It's almost like a country club. And the problem with a lot of our churches is that it has become just that, a country club, where you get special privileges, where you get special amenities just because you know somebody. And the problem is what happens a lot of times in leadership in our Christianity is the fact that people start to be moved into positions because they're related to somebody, or people start to be moved into positions because they're friends with somebody. And I think that even though this is the way that we see a lot of times that's in the world, it's not right for us to do this in the church. As a matter of fact, the Bible tells us that God is not a respecter of persons. So what does that mean? That means that God doesn't care where you came from. God doesn't care what connections you may have. God doesn't care what fraternity you're a part of. God doesn't care what sorority you're a part of. God doesn't care what your last name is. God doesn't care what side of the town you came from. But everybody is welcome and everybody's at level playing field at the foot of the cross. And so what do I mean by that? The foot of the cross. When Jesus came, he humbled himself, right? He didn't use his heavenly connections. He didn't go out and say, because I'm the son of God, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. No, but what Jesus did is that he had some humility and he humbled himself to become like one of us. And in becoming like one of us, he was able to be in touch with the things that we are going through. And so why am I saying this today? The reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of times people in leadership in the church, a lot of times people who get in just because they know somebody, they're out of touch with what's going on with the regular member. They're out of touch with what's going on with the community. They're out of touch with what's going on with the everyday average Joe. And so the reason why we need to stop having nepotism is because we need to have a fair system in the church where it's not that you get in or that you're a part of or you get special amenities because of who you know, but the only reason why that you're in there is because God has called you. And so we need to stop just placing people in positions who hold on for 20 or 30 years, people in positions who just have a stranglehold on these positions because they like the power, because they like the control, because they like the title and all the other outward amenities that come with it. But we need to start putting people in position because they were called by God. And so why are millennials leaving the church? You might ask, well, one of the reasons that they're leaving is because they can't even get into places of leadership to make the change that the Holy Spirit has inspired them to do. And so if you look at your church and you see the same people and it's all of the same generation and you don't have a mixture of men and women, you don't have a mixture of ages, if you don't have a mixture of different demographics or even a mixture of different families, then the problem is that you may be practicing nepotism, and that's one of the reasons why millennials are leaving the church. But if you would like to learn about another reason, a huge reason why millennials are leaving the church, check out our link to our next video because that will be about the topic of sexism. So once again, my name is WaleAde, and I thank you for joining us here on Religion and Politics. Have a blessed day.
Sinners spitting redemption presented under a continual clause. Covenant of the brothers pulling out the rug from under you all. Standing on solid ground, mud can't hold a structure for long. Let me ask what you're building on, corruption or the word of y'all. Constructed the constellations with curse of universal wordsmith. In 6 days I stand in awe, on the seventh fallen worship. Captured by the Sabbath as I chill with the Nazarene. And